Computation is not a series of states. Physicists have no idea what computation means. Here is one such physicist, Sabine Hossenfelder, among many, actively mocking the work of computational science. You have computation completely wrong. Computation is not a series of states. To a computational scientist, parallel computation is certainly just as computationally informative as serial computation. The brain, for example, we know is a parallel computation engine that can serialize and deserialize information routinely through hierarchicalization, often ephemerally, as in natural language production, or de-hierarchicalize, same but in understanding. We investigate brain computation by the speed with which a human brain can perform operations. This is the basis, for one example, in how human brains understand, produce, and remember causality. This one example was the basis for my dissertation in 1976 in verbal learning and memory, which could observe cognitive computation directly. And we found out a lot about parallel computation through serial computations we could observe by speed measures of observable human behavior. Here is my dissertation, you should read it, particularly since physicists pretend to understand how the human brain thinks, which they do not actually have much of a clue based on the science actually done on the problem. The formation of causal relations between sentences in comprehension and memory, Robert Debido, in this PhD. I established through verbal learning and memory experiments that unstated causal relations can be observed. www.amazon.com. Perhaps physics should take theories of computation more seriously. Here is a computational theory of truth and lies that describes my dissertation and some of our later work on Medium, free to watch and distribute on YouTube. That said, our science has discovered a lot about fully parallel computation, which is nevertheless actual computation. We find it, for example, in Mendacology, the computational cognitive neuroscience of lies and deceit. Nature's mendacity, lying is told by a very bright sun, Medium.com. But of course, physicists make the best liars. As Mendacologists, we have known this fact for a long time, too. Here is the case made for that rhetorical claim. Physicists are the best liars, the pinnacle of humankind, Medium.com. So you say show another physicist who mocks computational science. Try the father of complexity theory in physics, Leonard Susskind. He has no idea how to deal with complexity in computational science. Parallel computation is just as interesting and deep as serial computation, and both can be the subject of science in computational terms. Statistics is not the end point of scientific knowledge.